Nobody cares what happened to prices last month over this month. What they want to know is what's happening with the health of the housing market. And then are there any influences that are positively or negatively influencing the market? Okay, can we start with one spot? As you guys know, I pay attention to a couple different major influencers on AI, and there's some interesting developments. And this week, one of the big things that occurred in the world of AI was Google's Gemini got a big update. And that was really cool to see that because, as you guys know, I use a lot of the Google Workspace. And so knowing that Google's AI, it had some really interesting use cases at the beginning last year when I was talking to you guys about this. Because it's Google, some of the web research was pretty good information. And if you wanted to do some research on keywords for your marketplace or keywords for any YouTube videos, blog posts, any kind of SEO type of knowledge base, Google's Gemini last year was significantly better than ChatGPT. So then when Gemini got itself into the Google Workspace, so it was like, hey, Gemini will help you with your email. Gemini will help you with your Google Calendar. Gemini will help you with your Drive and your Google Docs. I was looking at it, but I wasn't impressed at all yet. I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. I didn't see a huge amount of value in the $20 a month Google Gemini. I did like it. I thought it was pretty good. So I did pay for it. ChatGPT, I paid for $20 a month. Then Claude AI Anthropic came around and I paid $20 a month for Claude. And the land currently is Google's Gemini, now with this newest update this week, is now super interesting. And I'm going to show you one use case today. And I've learned how to use Google's Gemini with my Google Docs and to do some research, which is going to be really useful for me. I don't know how useful that'll be for you guys, but that'll help me to organize those Google Docs for you. So I'll keep you guys posted as I play around with that to see how the use case shakes out, to see if there's anything that I think would be valuable to you. So now, just since we're on the general topic, it's really crystal clear to me that if I'm going to write anything, if you're going to write an email, you're going to write a video script, you're going to write a job description, you're going to write something, you really need to put up the same prompt of ChatGPT against Claude AI, and you can do it with both of the free accounts and it's fine. And I promise you, Claude AI will outperform the logic, the reasoning, and the quality of the writing over ChatGPT. It'll do it every time. So you should be testing that a little bit. But if you're following any high influencing software engineers and smart people, most of them have all gravitated towards Claude, which is run by a company called Anthropic, and they're mostly over there doing stuff. So if you're paying attention at all, that's what's happening. Okay, let's get over to the main use case, because one of my assignments to all of you is that you have to do an annual review of the housing market of 2024, and you need to do a predictions video for 2025, right? Teresa, you already did it on your YouTube channel, and was there a big difference in the view count, engagement, anything to report from your vantage point? Teresa has a very strong YouTube channel and has done a great job with that for a couple of years.
Yeah, I got really huge. I put it out earlier, like a couple weeks ago, and I got huge views on it. I think it's over 10,000 views. I don't know. It was really big. I was wrong. It was 6,000 views, but still a lot of big numbers. And mine said the future of San Jose is going to surprise you. That was my title. San Jose real estate will surprise you. Yeah.
So $20 a month for Google Gemini, $20 a month for paid ChatGPT, $20 a month for Claude AI. Here's my response to you guys. I just bought bottles of wine for $20 a month that I drank in a week. I bought a 4-pack of beer the other day for $20. If you can't figure out how to justify paying $20 a month for a high quality, ridiculous level AI, Houston, we got a problem. Just going back, Claude is 1,000 times better of a writer. Gemini is now interesting. And then I assigned you guys the annual review. If you do this again, I was saying the keyword 2025 housing market plus community name. Of course, it would be Megan. It would be 2025. You can either do housing market, North County. You can do kind of Carlsbad, Oceanside. You can do Fire Mountain. It doesn't matter. That's that additional keyword. But if you just do that and you put that into the title in YouTube, you will get a huge boost. Why is that? Because the general public has a high level of interest in this topic. So just as a reminder for some of my newer friends and some of my older friends, no one gives a shit about a market update. The term market update doesn't mean anything to the general public. I looked up on Google and said, how many people type in the terms market update on a monthly basis? And the result came back 0, meaning that the general public does not understand what a market update is. Then I went to Google and said, how many people are interested in the housing market? And it said 500,000 people a month are interested in the housing market. No one cares about how many new sales happened this month over last month. No one cares about how many new escrows happened this month over last month. Nobody cares what happened to prices last month over this month. They don't care about that. What they want to know is what's happening with the health of the housing market. And generally speaking, if I'm an owner, it's really about, are prices moving in a direction? And then are there any influences that are positively or negatively influencing the market? Then there's a lot of smart, bright people in your communities, people that actually care about the economy. They care about their equities. They care about like financial planners. There's a lot of people that actually care about the health of the housing market because it has a strong influence over the health of the economy. And there's a lot of people that actually care about that. And a lot of people pay attention to that. So if you guys can actually graduate beyond stupid realtor market update and graduate to a little bit more of an intelligent housing market conversation, you will experience a big boost in subscribers, followers, and people that are interested and curious with where you're at and what you're saying. So please, for some of my newer clients hearing this for the first time, I am not asking you to do a stupid market update, right? I want to throw up in my mouth. Now, yes, I do like Dustin Fox little 60-second thing because it's cute and clever and it serves a purpose inside of a marketing campaign, but that's not a housing market report. Hey, a quick pause for my sponsor. I'm sure you've noticed that my YouTube channel has fundamentally changed dramatically. Thank you to my new sponsor, Sphere Rocket. What I'm about to share with you isn't just another VA service. Now, here's the problem with traditional VA companies. They're charging $1,700 to $2,000 per month. And what they're doing is they're hiring a $4 to $5 an hour and pocketing the difference. Sphere Rocket has completely flipped that model. They help you hire your VAs directly. So you're in control and you just pay Sphere Rocket a flat fee for their recruiting, their coaching, and their support services to you. I now have 3 VAs on my team and I'm going to 5 and I'll probably go beyond that. These are professionals who are working hard with a lot of experience. I've interviewed Brittany, who is my Sphere Rocket coach, and she's been guiding me through my first hires, helping me through the process and checking in with me on a regular basis. And there's tons of weekly live training, not only for us leaders, but also for the VAs, for them to improve what they're doing and how they're helping you. When you sign up using my link down below, you'll get access to all of my digital marketing library SOPs. And I'm also offering a weekly live training for leaders who want to build their digital marketing team and doing training for the VAs on how they can serve you better. One of the things I absolutely respected a ton, what they basically said, we will give you a 45-day trial. You don't have to pay Sphere anything for 45 days and they'll help you hire your first one. And then only if you're satisfied on the 45th day does their service fee kick in. Use my link down below. That supports me and that can get you all of my digital marketing SOPs. And I can't wait to hear about how you're using this service to build your team. So I want to show you guys the new tool. So this is worth $20 for you guys to do this at least once. Go to your Google account and go to Gemini, and I'm going to show you guys really fast. I think I just did one in California, and so this was interesting. Okay, here's the new advanced Gemini. So they've got a Pro 1, tackle complex tasks, a 1.5 Flash, get everyday help, a 1.5 Pro with deep research, in-depth answers. That's the one that I'm interested in. Flash 2 preview, Gemini Flash 2. I don't even know what that is. Experimental advanced preview. I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure these are probably some voice communication stuff where you're talking to it and it's interacting with you. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Google phone, the Google Gemini commercials over the holidays. When I was watching football, there was those Google and Google Gemini commercials where they're talking to it and having conversations with it. I would love to do some deep research on what my year in review of California. So I wrote a prompt, housing market year in review for 2024 for California, and a forecast and predictions for the market in 2025. And then it said, hey, I'll put together some research plan. If you need an update, let me know. And so it said, we're going to research websites, housing market year in review. We're going to find reports and articles and summarize the California housing market performance. We're going to find data and statistics on key housing market metrics in California like these. We're going to find expert forecasts and predictions for 2025. We're going to find information and factors that influence the California housing market, like interest rates, economic conditions, and governmental policies. We're going to compare 2024 to previous years. We're going to find regional variations, and we're going to find information on specific housing market segments like luxury versus starter. Yeah, thank you. And so I hit start research, and it analyzed a bunch of websites. It created a report, and it did that in a couple of minutes. And then I looked, and it says, hey, I've completed your research. Feel free to ask me any follow-up questions on request. So this was the report. Wow, that was great. Now, in previous iterations, so let's center ourselves in the world of AI, what the evolution is. So in previous iterations, last year, I used to torture all my clients, and I'd say, hey, by the way, you have no excuse. You should be sending at least one from Google Gemini email to your database with Google's general observation about the market update. So you should be doing just like a general email housing market report, leveraging Google's Gemini. And that should have been one email that you sent last year on a monthly basis, because it was literally like 2 or 3 prompts away from being something worthy of sending to your database. Now, did anyone do that? No. But did I recommend it? Yes. Was it the easiest thing you could have done? For sure. And remember, I have too many topics to cover. So for me to go back and ask you guys, did you guys remember the thing that I talked about 6 times? In most of you guys, Michael's, we discussed, we forget. Let's write that down. Let's stick it up on the wall and say at least one time, if not quarterly. Now, with this next level of in-depth research, this is next level, because what it's now doing is it's actually getting super in-depth information. So here's what it pulled from. Let me show you guys. So at the very bottom. So what it did is it researched 30 websites. And so it's pulling from all these blog posts, Redfin, Zillow, Norda, Car, Houseo, right? Builder Online. These are legit real estate news. These are legit sites with lots of apartments, blah, blah, blah. So this is super thorough. Then what it's doing is it actually references it. So if I wanted to click here where it's talking about luxury homes and there's this arrow down, we pulled it from these 2 sites. Here's the reference. So these are cited. So these stats are cited from these sites. So that's actually really useful for us as a research tool. That literally would have taken 2 or 3 staff members probably 30 days to actually compile something like this. And we just did it in 2 minutes. Okay. So at this point, there is no excuse. This is a really nice chart right here. Housing market metrics 2024. Median home price, I think that's a little low. Year-over-year change, sold, Okay, cool, right? Let me take you guys to step number 2. There's another hack in AI that I just recently learned from my favorite friends. And this is really important for those of you that have been using ChatGPT. You really need to do this, okay? Because ChatGPT answer number 1 usually sucks. But if you challenge it to answer it better, it'll give you a better answer. And if you challenge it again, it'll give you a better. So how do you do that? So I learned this. It says, you say, this is a great level 1 1, please give me level 2 and explain the difference. This is a really cool prompt, okay? So now, and watch what it says. It says, no problem, I'm working on the update. I made the following changes to the report. More specific details and data points, expanded the discussion on factors influencing, provided more detailed analysis of regions, included additional information on rental markets and housing affordability, and added more specific advice for buyers and sellers and investors. Let me know if I can do anything else. I could have gone to a 3rd level, but do you see what it did? The first response was like, here you go. So please start using. Great job with level 1. Now take me to level 2 and explain the difference. Hey, great YouTube script. That's level 1. Take me to level 2. Great email for my database. Take me to level 2, right? And explain it. So please use that. Now let's take a look at this report. So 2024 year and rebound and resilience, key highlights. So I like that it just did this like highlights right here. Sales growth, price appreciation, inventory, regional variation, key metrics, right? Riding the wave of optimism, 2025, key projections, sales, price, stable, regional. Factors shaping the market in 2025, lower interest rates, improved housing inventory, easing of the lock-in effect. This is an interesting term, the lock-in effect. Make sure that you guys are figuring out how to explain the lock-in effect, right? And economic conditions, government policies, and potential impact of natural disasters, housing market segments, the tale of 2 markets, luxury obviously did well, starter probably did pretty poor, be my guess. Contrasting trends, regional variations, a diverse landscape, of course. Here we are, San Francisco, Bay Area. You can expand on that or learn more. Rental market, housing market affordability, conclusion, key takeaways, great. Copy paste that, right? Challenges, advice to buyers and sellers, investors, wonderful. Cool, that is awesome. Now, what do we do with this? Okay, so let's just wrap up here for a hot second, okay? So obviously with Google Gemini, I can export it to a Google Doc over here, right? Which is great. And so I can have the Google Doc. I think I got it right here. Yeah, there you go. So there's the Google Doc, and you can just go to file and you can go to download into a PDF, and then you can upload that PDF into ChatGPT or Claude, and then we can prompt it from there. Hey, a quick pause for my sponsor. I'm sure you've noticed that my YouTube channel has fundamentally changed dramatically. Thank you to my new sponsor, Sphere Rocket. What I'm about to share with you isn't just another VA service. Now, here's the problem with traditional VA companies. They're charging $1,700 to $2,000 per month. And what they're doing is they're hiring a $4 to $5 an hour and pocketing the difference. Sphere Rocket has completely flipped that model. They help you hire your VAs directly. So you're in control, and you just pay Sphere Rocket a flat fee for their recruiting, their coaching, and their support services to you. I now have 3 VAs on my team, and I'm going to 5, and I'll probably go beyond that. These are professionals who are working hard with a lot of experience. I've interviewed Brittany, who is my Sphere Rocket coach, and she's been guiding me through my first hires, helping me through the process and checking in with me on a regular basis. And there's tons of weekly live training, not only for us leaders, but also for the VAs, for them to improve what they're doing and how they're helping you. When you sign up using my link down below, you'll get access to all of my digital marketing library SOPs. And I'm also offering a weekly live training for leaders who want to build their digital marketing team, and doing training for the VAs on how they can serve you better. One of the things I absolutely respected a ton, what they basically said, we will give you a 45-day trial. You don't have to pay Sphere anything for 45 days, and they'll help you hire your first one. And then only if you're satisfied on the 45th day does their service fee kick in. Use my link down below. That supports me, and that can get you all of my digital marketing SOPs. And I can't wait to hear about how you're using this service to build your team. Let's talk about minimum standards here. Minimum standard, you create an email and you send to your database. If that doesn't happen, I'm firing you. It's just irresponsible to not do that. Empathetic, okay? Minimum standard, you send an email. You just take that and you just throw it into ChatGPT or Claude. I preferably do both, and go, hey, Claude or Gemini, I want to just create an email of this content for friends, family, and clients. It's really important to put that in the prompt. And then just say something like, turn all these stats into something very conversational, make it something easy to read, something that they can scan and get some value out of it. So prompt the AI to give you something that you would want to read, or your perfect customer would go, thanks. That was good. Wow, what a good email. Now, if you want to go advanced, I was talking to one of my new clients, Christian Clay, who's a rock star on YouTube. I was telling Christian, I was like, look, man, the goal, like if we're looking at high level goals, the goal would be what's called social currency. And so if you want to maybe play around with advanced, social currency is that if we gave someone a talking point that they can use at a cocktail party tonight, did you give them social currency? Meaning they're like, oh, that's so interesting. And then they turn around and then they're talking to their friend and they're like, did you know? And they repeat the thing that you taught them. And then when they repeat it to that person, then goes, oh, that was really interesting. And then they turn around and repeat it to the next person. Advanced levels, we want to give our audience a social currency nugget, something that they can take and go use out in the world, right? And so that's the advanced level, what we want to accomplish. Okay, so minimum standard, everybody, you're sending out an email, period. And obviously, it's not next week, but the week after would be a great time to do that. Minimum standard, you should ask Claude or ChatGPT to write a LinkedIn article or a LinkedIn post for a LinkedIn audience. Minimum standard, post it, easy. Minimum standard. Hey, help me write a Facebook post and make it cute, clever, funny, witty, make it humorous, make it something that blah, blah, whatever. Give it some right prompting. Help me to create a little Facebook post. Give me some suggestions on what I should do for the image, and then give me some suggestions of different ways I can write the description. Give me some suggestions on how I should present this to Facebook. Give me some suggestions on how I could present this information on Instagram. Give me some best practices. Oh, you should create a carousel and you should feature 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a good idea. So ask, if you're like, I don't know what to do, like me, I'm a moron when it comes to social media, just ask it for some suggestions on different ways you could present this information to your demographic and the platform. Good idea. Minimum standard, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, email. Obviously, when should we do that? Let's see, the week of the 30th through the 1st. If you can't figure out what week to do that, Houston, we have another problem. That week. So we have exactly, obviously don't do any of this during the Christmas week unless you're like me and I got to work my butt off because I've taken too many vacations. But if you're enjoying yourself, please don't do that. But make sure we get this done that week. Obviously, what I want is the YouTube video. That's what I want. All this other stuff is fine. Minimum standard is the email, bonus social. My ideal is YouTube video where, you know, like Teresa, you'd get 6,000 views in 7 to 10 days or whatever. That'd be cool. Cool. Questions, concerns, comments, emotional overloads, freakouts, anything AI before we move to the main assignment of the new year?
Yeah. Patrick, can I ask, this is from the beginning of when you were talking about this, I had to step out for a minute. You'd shown in Gemini a document. What was your prompt? And were you uploading a document into Gemini about the housing market report?
No,
you're just asking it to create one?
I just asked it to create this housing market year in review for 2024 for California and forecasts and predictions for 2025. So I did this for D in Chicago. We were tinkering around with this because she wanted more of a niche area. So we tinkered around with this. And Zach, I used this original to help me create a housing market review for the north side neighborhoods of Chicago, 2024 housing market predictions. We tinkered around with different neighborhoods and, you know, prompted it. I did this for Thomas in Lawrence, Kansas, which was just help me create a housing market year in review report for Lawrence, Kansas, 2024, blah, blah, blah. And then just go, hey, great level 1, now give me a level. Great level 1, give me a level 2. Those are the 2 prompts, Zach. Boom, boom.
Okay.
Great.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Cool.
Anybody use? Oh, sorry.
But yeah, one more quick thing too. So for Zach, you know, what I would also, or even for all of you guys, I like this idea of state level, then maybe county level or city level, and then niche down to your kind of sub-market level. I wouldn't mind you seeing all of those and actually just reading that, just because I would want all of you to be more intelligent real estate agents than the average dipshits in our industry. So I would like you guys to actually read the state level and the county level and your geographic farm subdivision levels so that you guys were the most intelligent realtor in the room when someone asked you a question about the market. That is my goal for all of you. So please don't shortchange yourself. Do all three. Is that safe to say? Cool.
Yeah, that's okay. Any recommendations for AI imaging? I've toyed around with Leonardo AI. I've toyed around with Claude and ChatGPT, and I haven't really found anything like that blows my socks off.
Me neither. I've created one image, and it was just a image of my dog surfing. My Vishla passed away, so that's all I've done. That's as far as I've gotten. And just as a disclaimer, and I don't know if you know this, just to make sure, for people like me who are super stupid novice, the image that you see in the AI is a low resolution image. And then once you export it, it becomes a high resolution image. So just for those of you that are novice like me, I didn't actually realize that, because I was like looking, I was like, it looks really stupid. And then I actually downloaded it and it went into high resolution. I was like, whoa, that's actually super interesting.